the post-auditing. That's
It
what
never
I said.
happened. Was there any post-auditing done? Because if you say yes, we will request for the report.
From
You. You are the CEO.
No, there is none.
There was no post-auditing done.
Yeah, it was done by the internal auditor.
Was there post-auditing done or not? My worry with you is you keep on saying things on the top of your head, knowing fully well they are not true.
No, but
and everyone can read in between the lines, knowing fully well it's not true, because these people, they testified before you.
Counsel, what I'm talking of here is the revenue collectors, before going to the director of finance,
Yes.
they have to go to the internal auditor.
Yes.
The internal auditor will check their books,
Yes.
the cash book against the revenue earning books.
Yes.
And that's where,
That is not correct.
okay.
What is the role of the internal auditor?
The role is also to check
Check what?
the transactions of council,
Yes.
whether in line with whether it is up to standard.
And that was not happening? Because you had said this in your first statement of the 25th of October 2023. Second page, the second paragraph of the second page, where you said, on the issue of vetting vouchers, I am aware that the internal auditor wasn't conducting pre-auditing of all payment vouchers. Instead, there is a pre-auditing of all revenue earning books before submitting to the finance manager.
Yes.
Which management believes is due to the lack of adequate capacity.
That's what I am saying.
But that was not happening.
He was auditing he was checking the cash books, receipt books.
That was what happened. The finance director testified and said there was no form of auditing done.
But when you look at the cash books of the revenue collector, you will see the signature and the stamp of the internal auditor there.
Okay.
That I have, yes.
Now, going back to your second statement, where you said that you have a compound in Esau. Is that not the case?
Yes.
And you were receiving rent?
Yes.
How much?
About 4,000 altogether.
There has to be an exact amount.
Yeah, I think it was 4,000 by then, 1,500.
Do you not still own the property in Esau?
Yes.
Or taking care of the property for you?
At times, Mbanyik do collect the rent there.
Okay. Go ahead.
And deposit it into my account at times.
Or who else? Is there anyone? Or is it only Mansakonko?
Yes.
Only him?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Will it be? Do you also collect money from the rent?
Directly, no.
You don't?
No.
At all?
No.
Now, how often does Magic collect this rent?
Usually it's monthly.
Monthly?
Yes.
So every month he will collect about $5,000?
Yes.
Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Now, let's hear what he has to say. He says, apart from the 70,000 deposit, some of the collections I deposit for Seedy is a collection of rentals from tenants at his compound in Esau. I understand that Seedy is operating a business of house in Esau. So, $7,000 Seedy gave me the said money in Farafenye on his way to Combo and instructed me to deposit the funds into his account, which I did. Now, Bajik says you only gave him money sometimes from monies that are from the rent, and it's not all the time. Would that be wrong on his side?
Actually, I'm not residing there. Mbanyik is a citizen of SL, so that's why I gave that responsibility.
Yeah, but he does not always collect monies on your behalf. That's what he's saying. Only on some occasions. But you are now saying you don't collect monies from the tenants yourself.
No, the tenants, I don't even know them.
You don't?
I don't even know them.
You don't know them?
No.
So it's only Magic who collects rent from these people?
Exactly.
And no other person?
No.
Now, how about the issue regarding Sheikh Boyo Sam? Was it Sheikh Boyo Sam?
Yes.
He paid money into your account?
Yes.
How much?
20,000.
Why was that the case?
Pardon?
Why was that the case?
We were having issues at the center. electrical issues.
When was this?
I cannot actually remember the.
Go ahead.
So when that happens, usually even at night when I'm on weekends, they do call me.
You what?
They do call me to tell me that there is a blackout at the center.
Yes.
And we have to call him that night for him to go and solve the problem for us.
Yes.
And at the end, he advised us that there should be some work to be done there.
You what?
There should be some work to be done there.
Yes.
Some cables needs to be changed
Yes.
because of the workload that is sent to that particular cable to supply the entire center.
Yes.
So based on that, I was having money with me. I gave him the 20,000 to say, let him go and start the work. The moment he is contracted, then he can pay me back the 20,000. By then he was claiming that he may be in need of some materials.
He was claiming?
That he will be in need of some materials to buy.
Yes.
So that was the time I gave him the 20,000. And when he was contracted, he paid the money to me. I told him to pay it into my account.
So you had advanced him $20,000 as a CEO?
Yes, personally.
Are you not a member of the contracts committee?
Yes, I am.
And if Chef Boyo is to be given a contract, you will have to be part of it?
Yes.
So you have already awarded him a contract well before he even applied for it?
For that particular work, yes, because he is the only person that we know, that the council knows, that can do that particular job there.
He is the only
person
electrician?
Yes.
That you know?
Yes, and that the council, because I found him working for council.
You found?
Him working for council.
You found him working for council?
Yes.
But that doesn't mean he's the only one?
Actually, maybe the...
Are you saying he's the only electrician in Mansakonko?
Not actually. Who is doing council's work I'm talking of?
No, but you are saying as if he is the only electrician in Mansakonko. That is your story. Do you want us to believe that?
We determine him to be the most competent one, that's why.
How did you determine that?
Because the moment we do our work, it is always correct. He give us a good job, that's why.
But how would you do that? You just come into the council newly.
Yeah, that's what I had one, and also whenever I give him, because he used to do some work for me too. Whenever I have electrical problem, even at my quarters or at the office, we used to call him to come and fix it for us. So
how much was the contract that he was awarded?
Pardon?
How much was the contract that he was awarded afterwards?
I don't think I can remember that right now.
Was that decided by the contracts committee?
Yes.
Was he given a contract? He signed?
Yes.
But you don't know how much?
No, I cannot remember.
You can't remember how much?
No.
Did you disclose to the contracts committee that you actually advanced him $20,000?
No, that was personal.
What do you mean that was personal?
That was between me and Boyo, and not the contract.
Did you have an agreement with him, Boyo?
Yes, yes, I have a verbal agreement with him.
Verbal agreement with him?
Yes.
And that was never ever disclosed?
No.
Were you not conflicted?
Whether I was not?
Not conflicted?
I doubt it.
Was that not a conflict?
Because I know Boyo.
Was that not a conflict? You are supposed to make decisions.
Yes.
At council level.
Yes.
For the interest of council.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes.
And you have now given your money to a contractor who was not even awarded a contract at the time.
Yes.
How do you call that? Sometimes you have to be honest.
Yeah, but
and say it as it is. There is a clear conflict. You are not an illiterate. And there's no offense to the illiterates, but for you who is employed in that office as a CEO, you should know better.
I agreed. I gave him the 20,000.
No, if you want to agree that it's a conflict, you say it outright.
Okay, yes, it's a conflict.
But you don't have to agree that it's a conflict if you don't want to agree that it's a conflict.
It's a conflict, yes.
It's a conflict of interest.
Yes.
And what would the interest be?
The interest there is for him to pay me back after.
There is no evidence of you giving Sheikh Boyo money. Do you have that evidence?
No, there was no evidence.
How did you give him the money?
I gave it to him physical cash for him to go and buy materials to come and do the work.
For him to go and buy?
The materials.
Are there vouchers for that?
There shouldn't be any voucher for that.
Why would there not be any voucher?
The voucher should be for the contract agreement.
Why would there not be any voucher?
No, because I don't need that voucher. It was not official. So the voucher can be created when office expenses have been done.
Yes.
And when the contract was awarded to him,
yes,
there were vouchers.
So a contract was awarded to him?
Yes.
To do what?
To do the work at the center.
at the center
Yes,
by the contracts committee.
yes,
And are there minutes for that?
yes, there are minutes.
And then would there not be any specification that he will produce?
Pardon?
Would there not be any specification that he will produce
Specification like,
regarding what needs to be done or what he needs to?
yes.
And so you were the one who financed that?
No, actually not all. I didn't finance all. That was the amount he requested for the job to be done.
Would it not be easier for council to give him an advance payment?
Yeah, at that point in time, it was an emergency sort of because we were having problem at the center. And when I came,
You see, you do not say the truth. That is a simple thing, Mr. Touray. You just don't say the truth. There is evidence of you receiving kickback. And now you want to give some flimsy excuses?
actually, I don't think it is a.
But that's what the record shows. You only received $20,000 from him when he was paid $50,000.
$20,000 he was paid to me because I gave it to him.
But what we see is $20,000 paid to you after he was paid $50,000.
I agree, yes.
And then we do not see any transaction that you gave him any money.
I agree, yes.
So there is no evidence of that.
Yes, I
Do you think you will convince anyone if there is no evidence of that? Do you think it makes sense to you? To anyone? Any reasonable person?
Actually,
Actually what?
for you, you may not time it to be true.
It may not be,
You may not time it to be true. But
Yes.
what I'm saying is the truth.
but how will anyone know? You took money from a contractor. Monies were paid to a contractor by council. Did you pay the contractor?
It was council that paid the contract.
Was that your own project? Your own personal project?
No,
Do you have any interest in that project? Any personal interest in that project?
not personally anyway.
Why
no.
would you then commit your funds?
Yeah, because at that point in time, he should do something. He should.
But that is not your concern.
Yeah, it's my concern as the head of the institution.
No? Your concern is to give your monies to contractors.
Yes, for him to do the work.
That's how you work. Your concern as CEO is to give money to contractors. Your own personal money for the contractors to perform their own part of the award.
That is not how I work. But for that of Sebo, because we were having some challenges at the center.
Are you not part of the approving authority?
Yes,
In fact,
I
you are
am.
the CEO.
Yes, I
You will
am.
probably be the chief approving authority.
Yes.
So how would you pay to a contractor before awarding the contract?
Well, we knew he will be awarded the contract.
You knew?
He will be awarded the contract.
Who is we? You and who knew you awarded him the contract?
I cannot make the decision alone.
But in this part, you made the decision alone.
No,
Who else?
the council made the decision.
That you have to give Seboyo $20,000.
The contracts, no, not the $20,000. The $20,000 was personal.
Yes.
We are talking of the contract.
But the $20,000 came, well, it was paid before he was awarded the contract.
Yes.
That's what we are saying.
Yes.
But you had made the decision already individually that he'll be awarded the contract, and then that's it.
Actually, we all know that he will be awarded the contract.
No, Mr. Touray.
Yeah, I agree that.
Mr. Touray, you were paying monies to contractors where there is no evidence at all of you giving them money, even if you had done that was totally wrong, and it's a conflict of interest which you admit to. Is that not the case?
Yes.
But then now, there is no evidence of that. But we have evidences. You have received illegally and unlawfully kickbacks from contractors. That is what the evidence shows.
Council, I don't time it to be a kickback.
But then you provide another explanation as to why you will receive monies from Sheboyo.
But for the word kickback, it was not a kickback.
But then you now show us why it will not be a kickback.
Actually,
us
I know I gave him an amount that he paid back to me.
But we don't see that.
Yes, I agree.
Do you understand? The logical conclusion would be that he only rewarded you after giving him a contract.
No.
That would be the only logical conclusion.
Fine.
Would you not agree that that would be a logical conclusion?
Not to my side, Council. I cannot just agree that.
Because you are part of a scheme. It's as simple as that.
Actually.
Mr. Touray, do you have the audit report for 2020-2021?
Not with me here anyway.
Page 14, regarding the conference with Momodu Seedy. In March, March 31st March 2021, there was an outstanding amount of $182,700 when you were the CEO. Was there any reconciliation done with respect to the conference account? $182,700. That could not be traced in the cash book. You also have 1st of September 2021, $115,100. All of these amounts could not be traced in the cash book when you were the CEO at the time. Were you conducting bank reconciliation?
No.
Why were you not conducting bank reconciliation?
Mr. Touray, you can use my copy for your guide.
Thank you, ma.
Why were you not conducting bank reconciliation, sir?
Anyway, we were not conducting it.
You were the CEO at the time.
Yes.
Why were you not conducting bank reconciliation? If you go ahead, sir.
I confronted the director of finance.
Verbally or formally?
Yeah, it was all verbal.
Were you employed to be doing verbal communications?
No.
So how would we know that it's true that you had confronted the finance director verbally?
But I think the director of finance himself will attest to that.
Did you put it in writing?
No.
Did you complain about it?
Yes.
When was that?
I've been complaining even to the chairman.
Formally?
Yes, it was all
When was that? Do you have evidence of that?
No, actually not formally, not formally.
Mr. Touray, you see, I don't know, that's why when you tell anyone that you have double master's degree, it's a problem. Because you can't even answer simple questions.
Okay.
That is a problem. You can't even answer simple questions. And as if you have a preconceived mind to just mislead everyone. It's either you had complained formally or you did not complain. You cannot say yes 1 minute and no the other minute.
Yeah, but as a human being, I'm also bound to make mistakes.
But you have been forgetting everything that you have been asked.
Not actually, I've been answering your questions, Counsel.
You have not been answering the questions truthfully.
Okay.
Now, have you complained
Yes,
formally?
No.
You have not complained formally?
No.
So will there be evidence of you making any complaint?
No, there is no evidence.
There is no evidence of that.
Yes.
And therefore no one will just have to accept what you are saying verbally that you have complained, because there's no evidence of that.
But if my memory will serve me well, if I should go back to the minutes, it must talked about Counsel not able to...
Your responsibilities as CEO on page 8 of the financial manual,
yes,
says that you are personally responsible for the due performance of the financial duties of Counsel, the observance of employee accounting instructions, D, ensuring that adequate steps are taken for proper control of financial transactions under his control, I, issuing accounting orders which are completely in line with the manual, K, carry out surveys of cash stores and other assets, N, submit periodical financial reports to chairman or mayor for onward transmission to Council. And I'm just cherry picking. Have you been doing this?
No.
You haven't been doing any of this?
No.
And your explanation would be?
No, we are not doing it.
But what we have is over $1 million being sent to your account by revenue collectors. Over $1 million.
Okay.
It's not okay. The answer is that it's true,
over
unless you doubt that.
Over $1 million which year?
It transcended from 2020. The evidence alone shows that an amount of $841,345 alone were made into your sent into your personal account at Trust Bank within 21 months, from April 2021 to January 2023, and by revenue collectors sending monies into your account. And this starts in April, and this only focuses in April 2021. But you have been receiving monies from revenue collectors since 2018.
I was not receiving monies from the revenue collectors.
You were not receiving monies
From
from
the revenue
revenue collected, as
Yes.
far as you are concerned.
Yes.
But you were receiving monies from the revenue collectors.
I was not receiving monies from revenue collectors. I was giving monies to revenue collectors for them to deposit it for me.
But your account shows that revenue collectors were depositing monies into your account.
That was not owned by the state, or it was not owned by council.
Over $1 million was owned by yourself.
Yes.
Which you have no proof of
Yes.
at all.
Actually, I think I gave some evidences.
You have not brought any evidence.
Okay.
What evidence did you bring, sir?
Anyway.
What evidence did you bring?
Anyway, I know I was having some business.
What evidence did you bring? We want to know so that we examine the evidence. What evidence did you bring?
Yeah, I told you I have some properties I sold.
But you have not
So,
proof.
sorry. Mr. Touray,
Yes.
you want us to believe that these properties you sold, these were one-off transactions, is that not correct?
Yes.
And how do you want us to believe that that one-off transaction that you've done have stretched over the period of different people, you giving different people of that one-off transaction to deposit in your account? Do you think that is logical? Because you have given us the amounts.
Yes.
The total sum for the two properties you have sold is
Yes.
300,000.
Yes.
So, and this property, you have told us when you sold it.
Yes.
You said you sold the property in 2020, 2021.
Something like this.
These transactions are way up to 2018 or beyond.
Yes.
So how would you justify that for this one-off transaction that you have done? That
Yeah.
you sold your property, that is the money you have given these collectors to pay into your account.
Yeah,
Do you
but
think that evidence is convincing?
yeah, but what I said, I was also having some items which I sold from given to me by my brother.
But looking at the records of your statement, do you want us to go through your statement date by date, looking at the times that these collectors paid in money to your account, and you will give us evidence to show that there's some money, you got it exactly from this place? Do you have proof?
Actually, I cannot just give you proof because the transaction took place at a longer period of time. But remember,
So then, if you don't have proof, how would we believe and trust that this is not taxpayers' money that is being paid into your account? Because if you say you were selling, you should be able to give us proof as at the time that you said you were selling something. You understand?
yes,
Where you were selling it, who you sold it to, when you receive what you were selling, who you receive it from, how much was it, how much did you generate? All of these are elements of proof that would allow us understand that this is not taxpayers' money. But you are not getting that. So anytime you are asked, you say you sold property.
actually,
Is there no other evidence that you can give to us to convince us that these monies are not from tax collected, that you directed the collectors to pay into your account?
Actually, no, because at times, even when I sell, there is no receipt that I give out.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed. No, let me just ask this. There is this exhibit, LGC/SKT/MKAC/027. It's a voucher refunding money to the center manager. The letter attached, which is the letter dated the 4th of February. Take a look at it. Activista was, the center manager said that Activista paid in 41,300 and Nana paid 19,300. Is that what is there?
Yes,
Now, these are institutions, right?
yes,
Why would they pay Why would they not pay these monies? Why would they not pay these monies into the main account of the council? The reason why they did not pay to this center account is because it's council's revenue, and they decided to pay this council revenue into council's account, not to another account. Did you see that?
Yes.
So why did you have to refund the center manager that 60,000? Because he had said in that second paragraph, these were monies paid into council account, not center account.
I can remember there were some institutions that used to come and have their programs at the center.
That is why I said these institutions, they ask you, because you are a council, you are a corporate institution, they ask you for your bank accounts.
Yes.
You understand? They hired that place. Not so?
Yes.
So why should the center manager make mistake of not giving him the center account, instead gives them the council's account to pay in the monies that they are supposed to pay as revenue? Is this not revenue for council?
Yes, it's revenue to council.
So now, why should the center manager be refunded this money?
Actually, I can remember some institutions when they are coming for their usually their catering is not done by council. But that catering sum, they do add it into council's accommodations amount and pay it into council's account.
No, I don't understand. Please come again.
Usually what happens, for instance, when an institution is having a program at the center,
Yes.
the catering side of it, they do add it into the accommodation fee. And when they come here to Soma, and they hire a caterer, then do have to
The money.